Welcome to another episode of Going Live, where we just show you the Going Live symbol for
Hey.
3 hours and hope that we
Yeah.
get 3 or 4 viewers. Not really. This is Thinning Miss, year 493 still, as we move into our favorite seasons of summer, in
Ooh,
the land of
Oh, in
summer.
Summerland even.
Yes, indeed. If you
I do
have not
enjoy
watched
summer.
before, this is a stream of Arthuriana, set much like the Mists of Avalon. It is more the themes of magic and paganism, the themes of the ladies of the lake, and I spilled coffee on myself.
I
That
love that
last
theme.
one
That one
is
is
not
my
favorite.
favorite.
Very important
Yeah.
magical order, that one.
I can't help it. I'm Italian. Once I start talking with my hands out, I just start waving them. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we lost. Oh, there we go. We're back.
We're gonna be like this. This is the price of me being able to see your faces.
Right? Oh no, rip. We'll see. Is it? Well, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if you could see us. My favorite part about this game is watching the panic on people's faces. So it's sad that you have to miss it.
Yeah. My
So-
favorite part is watching reactions and being like, hey.
That's fair.
Me frantically
That
telling
doesn't surprise
Megan
me at
no.
all, actually.
Me frantically being like, no, Iran, wait, no.
Don't do it.
Stop it.
Okay.
I love not seeing those, because then I will continue to do things, and then I will get my character killed.
True. You're gonna probably do that anyways. Let's go through some introductions. We'll start with you, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Owen and Bowie. I don't know who I'm today, but that's probably Owen.
Let me interrupt there and say that the majority of the game will be played through the eyes of the three, just so we know. So you will almost always be Olwen, Beatrice, Aaron, me, and not the others. The others are an option to sub in when it doesn't make sense to play your characters, your primary characters, or your characters are injured, and you can't justify them, or in some cases I might have a very specific scene where we do like a plot A, plot B, like if you watch the other game, Tintagel and Terraville was a good
Yeah.
example of that. And by the way, we have another game, and it is in the same
do.
universe. So, okay, sorry. Anything
Sunday
else?
and it's very good.
Anything else you wanted to
I
add?
play Owen and she's pretty.
Okay, that's true. That is true.
Yep.
28 appearance.
Mhm.
28 appeal. In 6th edition, it will be appeal. For now, I'm using appearance because that's
Oh,
what I know about. We'll go to Emily next.
Hi, I'm Emily. I play Beatrice. She is the sometimes competent spellcaster.
Fair.
That's all I
Fair.
got.
More often than not when it was needed. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be
Yeah, we're
working
doing
on a
pretty
little bit.
good.
of
I
that
don't want to put my expectations too high. I get a little worried.
today. The sorcerer of low expectations. Is the
Sorcerer
nickname.
of low expectations.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
Oh no.
are
We
you
lost-
now Megan?
We lost
Megan
Megan.
did.
I'm half Megan, half myself.
Okay.
Oh dear.
And I'm not in the window. It's my couch on one side.
Yeah, it's the couch and then you're like deaf.
Shelves. Yeah. It's shelves. I'll show it someday when I actually like clean up in here proper. It's the kids. I made them like these fancy like gaming shelves. And
That's
then
so
they
cool.
then they stopped playing. Yeah. I got
How it goes.
yeah. So I took it over. Now I have free space. I
Hello.
Hi.
Do you have to do some
Ooh.
reconfiguration? I'm you now.
You are Bob, Megan.
He is.
You are Bob.
Oh, I'm in charge of the game now. Incredible.
Yeah. It's gone now. You switched camera.
Aw.
Haha.
I've done my configuration. Your faces will freeze for me soon.
Give me
and I will be
give
gone.
me like 30 seconds here.
Yes.
Um,
All right, so
camera
as the
immediately said
DM,
no.
I know I'm not in the DM spot anymore, but as the DM, I think the Goblin Knight keels over and dies off screen. And then I'm okay.
wow, that's so unkind.
He wants me dead. Through no fault of
Yeah,
my own, I think.
of course.
I don't think I did anything. I didn't do anything wrong.
just
Yeah,
throwing it out
totally
there.
didn't do
That
anything.
tracks.
Yeah. He wants me dead for no reason whatsoever. He's very
Mhm.
mean.
Yeah.
And he's bullying me. And
That's fair.
yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, let's dive in. So today we are picking up kind of where we left off, maybe like a month and a half later or so. The Barrow Crest Manor. I froze there thinking about that. Barrow Crest Manor is well, it's a work in progress. Most of it has been destroyed, and it's now being rebuilt. I did want to offer you an opportunity if there was anything important. But I think I'm gonna change my mind on that. I do that sometimes. Rickert is what I was thinking in my head, and he's here.
Oh yeah.
So are other brothers of the cloth. They are in fact assisting in the rebuild, along with a number of the locals. It's coming along. It will probably be like a goal of 494 at this point. It's hopefully built by the winter of 494, but this winter it's going to be interesting for your people. You're just making sure that they have the appropriate shelters, like group shelters, for them to not die for the commoners. Rickert is still kicking around. We're gonna play this a little differently. We're gonna go back into the seasonal vibes of this game, keeping in mind the looming threat not far away. And maybe I should just re-elaborate that for everyone involved, just so we know what's going on here. We'll use this map.
You missed it, Bob, when you were gone and I was the DM, but he actually died.
Okay. Died of old age. Died of a sad heart.
Yeah, died of a sad heart. So there's no looming threat now.
All my friends
gone.
are dead.
Oops. There we go. Okay. So
Damn.
let me show you what's going on here. If we zoom in a little bit on the Summerlands, this area right here, more or less, is muddy lands now, or the Mudlands, as it's called.
Muddy.
What we know is that it seems to be something to do with the same connection about something about Uther, an injury, and a changing in the land since that's happened. I'm going to give you each kind of some opportunities through the session where you're going to go through and we're going to check in with your characters as we progress the seasons, keeping in mind the next one is autumn and there's a particular Samhain date for autumn. So we have an opportunity to maybe figure some stuff out. This one's going to be a bit more of a proactive session, and I will note that you got a lot on your plate. I'm happy to help you roll your way through things if there's things that you're not quite sure what to do. I think there were a number of things you discussed. You talked about Melwis's mother. You talked about the Ladies of the Lake. You talked about what was the other thing? There was one more. The situation with the Barrow Vale and figuring that part out. I think that's all I kind of heard from the beginning of the last episode. And so what I'm looking for from you all is some thoughts about where you're going to advance next. What are you going to do? Knowing that precisely 1 year from last spring, if no chord is solved, like if nothing is solved between the Baron of the Mudlands and here, there will be war. War brought to the land of summer. Not just raids, but war. And in the meantime, raids are completely possible. So it's another consideration. Now, you guys were pretty much pillaged, so you're probably good. Like, you know,
We don't have anything
isn't
left.
much.
They
Yeah.
messed us up so bad that they're like, there's nothing there.
It'd really just be sad if they just showed up again. Like,
They're like, come on, guys.
Should we
They're just being
bother
good to me.
rebuilding
yeah.
just in case we don't succeed in the next year?
We just sleep under like beds of spears. That's
Yeah.
okay, so I know it can be awkward to kind of just be like here you go, play a game, but that is sort of how tonight's going to be played in comparison to normal. We'll start in the month of summer. Each of you have sort of one thing you can do, and if it involves travel, we need to figure out if who's joining you on these endeavors. If you're splitting apart to solve things, going together, that might be where some of the secondary characters do come in. Is if you need them, they're at your disposal. I think like safe to say that Every and Bowie and group are. Sorry, what's your secondary character? Merwin.
Merwin.
Yeah, and Merwin are kind of at the disposal of Summerland, and the two key points in Summerland right now, like that, have had the most impact or involvement are Great Bridge and, of course, Barrowcrest. So, y'all's home. All right, so we're gonna start in summer, and whoever is ready may go first for the scene, or if you guys want to brainstorm a little bit about how you might divide and conquer, we can start there if that's easier. Knowing like you got the rest of this year to plan.
Yeah. I would argue to go see the Ladies of the Lake and Moses' mother, who's supposed to be there, because we don't know when she's leaving.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
And Beatrice would argue the fact that like it's probably better to do this now rather than later.
Owen should probably stay in the in Barrowcrest. Yeah.
Okay. I can always go and I can divide from you guys if Aranwi wants to get some training done.
Aranwi does have some plans that she'd like to get moving sooner rather than later, which is heading over to Cadwy and being like, "Hey, bestie, I know that. What if you had cool fairy armor? Could I use that so you're not down a night after Samhain? And also, I might take down an Unseelie general if I don't die."
If there's a way for me, I don't have the necklace anymore. I gave that to one who I believe who ended up with Uther.
Morgan has it.
Yeah, so like one of the daughters now has it. So I don't have the necklace anymore. I could try and see what it would be to get something so that I could put a protect spell in it. Because it might come in handy a little bit. So that's another thing I could do, but I feel like the main task I need to do is go to Avalon.
Because specifically, the thought is Cadwy needs to decide to leave with the Mudlord and, take his place according to what they otherwise, bad stuff.
Yeah, so the idea was that we were going to Avalon in order to, because like the Lady of the Land might have information on how to fix this,
Mhm.
and the Ladies of the Lake might as well. Like some way to strengthen, like the Veil in general. So I can't remember if that's what it's called. I'm so sorry, guys. My brain is not
Oh no,
happening.
you're so
Um,
good.
Yes,
Do you
So
making
think
yeah,
sense.
like
that
So
was
maybe trying to get in contact with Mafanwi would be a good idea? Like I don't know how I would do that other than just like, is it thin here? Aye.
Yeah, that's
you're yelling.
it's the difficult point, I think. Why don't we start? There's a lot of fairy talk. Why don't we make some fairy lore rules?
Let's go.
love that. Now we do have, and I don't think that this is the sociable solution here. We do have a summon fairy spell.
I was also thinking the
Ah.
summon fairy spell.
I
However,
succeeded in fairy lore. So when it comes to the summon fairy spell, I would not be the person to ask. That is not where I've put my skills as a spellcaster, as it will.
Muskills.
my
My
skills.
skills as a
Um,
spellcaster.
I have also
It's not
succeeded in
there.
my fairy lore.
Okay, so I think for both Beatrice and Olwyn, what you're familiar with about. So a couple of things. I just want to give you individual pieces here that are relevant.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember what the second piece is. Give me a second. There are a couple of different conversations. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think like for Beatrice, what you know is that like even the even the Unseelie, which tend to be less about contracts and specific things, right? They can be quite. They kind of have their own codes, right? I hate to call it a code, but it's like their beings are tied to things that would come off like orderly in some cases. Now that the Unseelie are the opposite of that. They tend to represent things like chaos. But there's something about the Goblin Knight that's been very different than that. And in fact,
Mhm.
being a knight in general sort of comes with a sort of code of order or structure. So his very being seems almost like contradictory to some degree. But it's worth noting that like if this were a normal knight, right? And I think this is maybe Eronmi and Beatrice talking. If this were any ordinary night, like knowing that your lands were under threat would mean that such a date, such an appointment would have to be postponed until such a threat was dealt with. Now, whether you could actually pull that off with him, that would have to be like figured or like determined. But on top
Yeah.
of that, like what you I think what you kind of know as well is that you still see the Goblin Knight at that border, almost like protecting it. You start to realize, Aeronwy battle test actually.
Oh, exciting!
I don't think you have a super
Good.
high battle though, right?
I succeeded though.
There you go. You got a ticket in already.
No,
You do now.
can I? Can I?
Yeah. Um.
Exciting.
Um. Sorry, my eye. This eye is like really watery. I might have allergies going on.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I think you've realized he's it's almost like a garrison patrol, like a border patrol. The more you see him out at that like area between the mist, you realize that probably he's making sure that no one, you know, you can't always access the Unseelie lands, but right now it's wide open.
Huh. So he's protecting it?
Probably doing border patrol, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Just
on top
remember
of it,
you did determine that they didn't go through the Barrow Vale. That was sort of
yeah,
an
they didn't
assumption
Mhm.
they
that the
didn't
raiders
Mhm.
break
came through.
anything.
They came 7 hours on a horse, basically, to you guys.
Right. Interesting.
Maybe
We
less. I think it's 5 hours is from the shore.
We could always talk to him and try and convince him that
We
because
could.
there is such a large threat to both of our
Yeah, maybe someone else should lead that discussion.
I would argue Olwen. He likes her.
He likes her.
Likes him. And I think that would be, you don't want me talking to him.
Yeah, I think really only Olwen should be around that.
Yeah.
Even a little bit.
Maybe stand behind her and don't say anything. And I won't be there because I'm going to have things that need to get done. I mean that in the nicest way possible, by the way. It's just the last time you kind of just challenged him to a fight.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that
no,
feels-
I completely look. I'm okay being kicked out of the negotiations entirely.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that I did not perform spectacularly the last time we talked. However, there's not much worse I can do. We're gonna kill each other on silence.
I would argue that there is, and
It's true,
maybe
diplomatic
it's best
relations.
just to let Olwen speak.
Maybe Branwyn can stand behind her, and I can be.
I feel like you need to be present. I just feel like you need to be present but quiet.
Present,
Quiet,
but please
present.
shut up. Please, please, please.
Quiet, calm, stoic knight. That's
Calm, stoic knight. That's me.
calm, quiet, stoic knight. That's what I need from you.
Mute, even. It's like they've cut her tongue out. She can't speak
Yeah,
it.
well, he might need you to say something, but I think if it's important things, then Olwen says it. Yeah, also explaining this to Lady Gwyneth is going to be fantastic.
Has she returned?
Yeah, where is she?
Yeah. I think
No
she's
word,
still
no
taking
nothing
care
yet.
No, nothing.
Well,
Okay. So Olwen speaking. You are a calm, duty-bound, stoic knight who's not going to lose her cool or to challenge anybody else to a fight.
Challenge him to a second fight. We fight on Samhain, and then
I'm not going to lie,
one of us dies.
Iranwe, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't put it past you.
Rude. Oh, we're talking character.
I thought we were talking character, are we not?
I'm sorry, I was still in planning phase of like out of character play.
I've been pretty quiet because this was a conversation between Iran
I'm not
and
just
Beatrice.
insulting you, Megan. Emily's over here just insulting the heck out of Megan.
Right. Wow, coming at
I think
me.
it's deserved.
Yeah, that had to be hilarious to live through. Okay,
All right.
yeah, that was all in character, by the way.
Right, yes, I will be quiet. Iran says.
Quiet, stoic, duty-bound knight,
So quiet,
professional. Not challenging anybody else. We can't afford it right now.
I'm gonna be real not challenging anyone.
Yeah. Still honorable. Still proud, but not to the level
But
you
quiet.
were prior. So, yeah, I would tell Olwen.
Alright.
I get to go see the ladies of the lake. This is gonna be great.
Woo!
Woo!
So,
Woo.
are we splitting up for this? Or...
I think we are.
Yeah,
I'm doing negotiations with the ladies of the
piece
lake.
of fairy lore.
Charged Newt, welcome to the squad. I love that name too.
Oh.
That's great. Yeah.
Hello.
I love that name.
Charged Newt.
Newt. Yeah.
Is there a mute emoji? It's a little lizard.
I wish. I just want to see some kind of representation of Monty Python new reference.
Hey, Rebecca found a lizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, lizard.
So,
Okay.
who's
We had a
going
second
where?
piece of
Are we
fairy
splitting
lore,
up, or are we
right?
going to try to accomplish this? Oh, yes. Second thing of fairy lore for Olwen. You know that what you know about the person who I'm totally blanking on her name.
My family.
Yes,
Okay.
Fanwy, is that
Oh.
you don't know how to get a hold of her, and I think you know enough to know that just wandering into fairy won't help. On top of that, you understood that I believe you had, I can't remember if it was said outright or if you kind of, it was more in hints, but it's pretty clear that she was working for someone. Did I explain who? Did we get there with her?
No. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I think with the past and stuff, like the more you contemplate on it, the more you kind of realize that that she might be in fact working for the Sealy Corps,
Yeah.
right? So as a
I think
result
it
of
was,
that,
it was very implied that, but we don't know anything.
Yeah.
Nani?
so we know that trying to find her, access her, would involve trying to figure out how to access the Sealy Corps. So you kind of have to be, you're coming at that from a much further back step than probably you want to be at this stage to accomplish anything. If that makes sense. So, is that helpful? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. But I don't know if.
So the wanting to is
how
cool. The
to-
how to is not an
Yeah.
obvious thing.
Yeah. So if she doesn't have any sort of idea of how to, she'll prioritize speaking with the Goblin Knight then.
So Olwen speaks with Goblin Knight. Beatrice goes to
Mhm.
Avalon. Eronwi.
Apparently is also speaking with the Goblin Knight.
You can be present for that because it's not going anywhere. But why don't you think on? There's something in addition you want to do. Well, that's
Oh, perfect. Yes, then I did have summer plans of, hey, if Olwen's talk doesn't pan out, she might try and talk to Cadwy about, like, do you have cool armor that I could use? I promise I will give it back. But also, you're short on knights, and I'm duty bound to try and kill this man. So, she would like to go to the capital at some point.
okay. It's like all these things are pretty close, but we'll assume a certain amount with Beatrice traveling on foot all the way.
I don't get to take a horse.
It's okay.
You could actually. You're a horse god. That's true. Yeah, you can.
I was like, oh, this is where the peasant really gets
Right,
me. I
right.
was like, you don't get to
Actually,
take a horse.
that's a good
I was gonna say
question.
Bowie could go with you, and we'll just both go on foot, baby.
I should take a knight.
Yeah.
I can't fight. I should take a knight.
Should probably take a night.
That's a
Who's-
slow
In fact,
What
burn.
are my
Cadwy and your
options?
best friend.
Branwyn.
I feel like I would argue Cadogan has to stay one because of his
Mhm.
stewardship.
Stewardship.
Yeah, and also because he's a good knight. So is Branwyn up and working again?
Yes, injured but
Yeah.
better.
Oh,
How injured?
Yeah. She was pretty low before. I think she just about died. We established.
Yep.
Healing rate of 3, about 6 weeks. 18. Oh yeah. So wounded. Wounded but capable of traveling.
Who are my other options? I love
That's-
Branwyn, and Branwyn's used to this magic shit, but like
That's fair. That's fair. Cadogan.
I feel like Cadogan, dang it.
Um.
It would be funny though. Dragging Cadogan. to it.
Alright. Well, I can move you over to the NPC page so you can see more.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Let's make me as difficult as possible. Alright, Barrowcrest. Oof, that is not a lot of people.
Not a lot of nights.
Not a lot of nights. I
broke.
might have to take Cadbury. Can you y'all just not get in fights because you have a wounded knight?
Well,
Try.
Okay, I need both of you to sound more convincing than that. I'm taking Cadbury. Sorry.
Alright. Beatrice and
You have a
Cadogan.
Ronwi. Olwen, you have a Ronwi. You're good. You have a Ronwi and a wounded Brandon.
Yeah.
we've got
Yeah.
Bowie and Ray
You have Rickard.
around.
Rickard was a knight, wasn't he?
He was a squire.
That's close.
He's a
Oh.
monk now. He does monk things now.
Yeah.
Close. He could punch
Probably a
someone
little
if he
rusty
wanted
with his
to.
sword.
Sorry. God
Yeah,
forgives me.
sorry. God forgive me. Punch him in the face.
How old was Ariel again?
Ariel's young. He's
Ariel.
gonna be a knight next year, I
He's
think.
Next year,
20.
right?
Yeah, he's 20 right now.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
squire.
Ariel.
You have Ariel too. Look at that.
We just got all the little boys.
Yep, you do.
Oh, little guys.
I took the
I
older
think
dude.
Grifflet's probably back in Axbridge.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Griffith's
their-
in Axbridge with his crew, with his knight.
Has Dogged
Here's-
returned?
How's
Because he was with
Dogged?
the lady.
Yeah.
His lady
No,
Gwyneth.
sorry, I blanked on that. I was
Oh,
multitasking.
poor
He is-
Jane.
He is not back yet.
Jane.
Oof.
It's been a couple of months.
Okay, I take Cadwigan.
Cadrigan it is.
The
right.
saddest road trip ever. Let's go.
All right,
No, you
let's
guys
do
get
this.
along.
Let's start with, I guess Olwen and Aranmi. Aranmi, you're just along for the ride, so you're present in guard, and we'll assume that like if Olwen's sticking her neck out for this, is gonna be all hands on deck for defense. So Branwyn will be present for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I will be here, but so quiet. You won't even know I'm here.
That bastard will what? Nothing.
Whoa.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't take long. It's basically whatever night you plan it. He ends up at that border almost every time, and you see him silhouette at night. It's foggy. Is it midsummer time? Early summertime, actually.
As they approach, Owen will, wander forward. When they get within shouting distance, she will say, "Don't worry. We're just here to talk."
I wasn't worried.
I assumed. I just needed to reassure you. How are things on your end?
Wonderful as can be. Though I noticed that after I finish with the night here, Samhain looks a little sad this year to me.
Sad. How so?
Well, it looks like someone's already gotten to wreaking havoc and terror.
I see.
Seems my
So-
job will not be as exciting as it might be otherwise.
This is a shame.
Truly.
You know how much you enjoy doing one thing you're allowed to do every year. We have. The wrong we is.
If you're coming to back out, you can save it.
It's less about.
She like starts to say something and then just like she's being so quiet right now.
It's less about her backing out and more about wanting. We can't. I can't have her doing that. And maybe is it possible that we can at least postpone it?
What do you mean you can't have her doing that? She's the one who challenged me.
I know. And I'm rather upset at her for it. But I need her for now, and your prowess is legendary. I'm not saying that we don't do it. Merely postpone it.
Almost to goad her on me, he looks at Olwen and says, "Are you certain this isn't cowardice that drives you?"
Oh, clenching her fist even more. She's being so good and quiet. So good.
Do you want to roll something?
I don't want to risk that.
It's not entirely a decision. I really do need her to help rebuild and make certain that you have a Samhain worth looking forward to.
Commoners to rebuild. The role of a knight is to fight and die. Forgive me, Lady Olwen, but you need something better than that. Why do you wish to postpone? Is this some sort of trick? Or a game, perhaps?
I'm fond enough of games, as it were, but we have pressing business to deal with. I'm not fully certain I understand it all myself, but we need to find some things out. We need to prepare for a fight that might be coming, and it's possible that she takes a breath and she just rolls her neck. It's possible that war is coming, and we need him. We need every possible knight at our disposal, and I can't risk the loss of even one knight before that happens. I need her to serve her duty to me first. And then when she survives that, she's all yours.
He rides his horse, not force. He's not a Jedi. He rides his horse out of the mist. It's quite thin at this point. Right beside Iranmi, almost just to kind of like size Iranmi up, goad her a bit, and taunt her. I need a horsemanship roll because there's this thing where your horse does not love being this close to his steed.
Don't get spooked.
Okay. So this would be real embarrassing if my horse did get spooked. So can I roll honor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just thank goodness. Okay.
Just a note, because I think that it seemed weird before. We were doing fumbles on passion slightly wrong. It's not rolled. The negative doesn't apply immediately. It applies after the thing that they're impassioned. It's like, so if you make a roll to avoid your horse, you get the negative, but you won't get the you won't get
the melancholy.
Yeah, the melancholy comes after, right? Comes after
Okay.
that moment. Anyways, but you didn't have to worry about that because you rolled a 1.
I'm all good, baby.
Yeah. So you manage, your horse does spook a bit, but you manage to calm your horse before it reacts too much. And he smiles, seeing the reaction. He says, "Is that true, Knight? Do we have a deal? The
All right,
next
Bob.
time there is peace."
Yeah. Yes. Not particularly happy about postponing either. Doesn't feel like the honorable thing to do, but my duty is to my own before it is to you. I have to help them first.
And then, like, the moment you say that, he gives you a nod, and then you're invisible to him again. Like, he just completely turns his attention back to Olwyn.
You passed the test. Moving on.
Yeah. And he says, "Very well. Then your knight will breathe a little longer." With that, he looks to Olwyn and says, "Perhaps the next time we speak, it will be on more favorable topics."
I would look forward to that, and I appreciate your continued massive displays of honor.
I think, like, Branwyn snorts at that.
Owen, I think, like, just instinctively just kind of do the thing that Emily does to her cats and just, like, snaps and just, like, no.
The thing that Emily does to her cat.
Yeah.
Everybody, nice.
No.
You mean the thing Avery does to Bowie? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
Did you do it to Bowie?
You.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I love that.
Right. So at that point,
Instinctive snap and no.
he will say, I don't think he says anything. I think he just kind of gives you a nod because he's not gonna leave. He's here for patrol, so he'll simply ride back to his original position and sort of hold his spear in a gripping, almost taunting Aranmi way as he stares at Aranmi, not at Olwen.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
And nod and then, like, wait for everyone else to kind of just turn around and then nod and slowly back up on the horse.
Yeah.
Exude.
Scene 1 done.
Mhm.
I believe we have Beatrice going to Glastonbury.
Yeah, I'm in charge of negotiations. This can only go well. Gonna be great.
What is just to zoom out of this a little bit, and we'll zoom in when, assuming you get access to the people you need to speak to.
Yeah, that's
What do
the
you do?
operative problem.
So you get to Glastonbury and you realize you can give me a sight test -5.
really
Yeah.
don't need that -5.
Yeah.
It's not that high. Ooh. Well, this is gonna be fun. It's checked, so apparently I did well at it at some point. Yeah, I figured. I don't see it.
That wouldn't have got. You would have lost by 1. It would have been even more aggravating without the -5.
Yeah.
It just did you a favor.
It was a favor.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Totally.
Bob.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Appreciate that.
So you don't see Evelyn. This leaves you in a bit of a bind because the people you know that know this well, one know, we won't elaborate too much, but they're all gone. The people that you know, so Rickard isn't here. He's back home.
I should have gotten a Rickard. I'm a dumbass. I forgot to bring Rickard.
Yeah, you don't have Rickard. Obviously, no Gwydion, no.
You just killed
I
Rebecca.
know. It's got to be said.
Oh.
The name must
Oh,
be.
there goes
which one?
Rebecca.
Yeah. No. Bedarin and no Vivian.
I've been trying to, in my defense, I've been trying to locate Bedarn for over a year, I think, at this point.
You have.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. I feel like Cadwigan's gonna be like, son of a. It's like when you get to school and the kid's like, I forgot my backpack.
I forgot my
Like,
backpack.
oh,
100%.
great. That's like that. I feel like.
Can you
that's
ride back
what-
and get my backpack for me? Like.
Yeah, I think that's Cat. Yeah, I mean she's a full adult, but you know I feel like it's a like situation. I remember where I saw it the last time.
You remember like where you saw it? It's not so much that it's not there in the physical space. Actually, yes. Okay, yeah, that's why. I'm like, why did I have that -5? -5 for a reason. Fairy lore.
Yes.
So.
That's not very high either. We're batting 1,000.
I thought you had a decent fairy lore. I guess 8,
I
right?
don't. I don't. That's Owen.
Yeah, Olwen's got the good fairy
We
lore.
took the swap, I believe. So the idea is that I study folklore, she studies fairy lore, which means I have absolutely no idea.
I can still give her the roll.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Almost a
Job,
coin
fairy
flip.
lore.
So, I think so. With this, what you kind of realize is everywhere else that you've seen like a crossover site,
Mhm.
it's been easier to see, not harder. In fact, people without the site have been able to see it, right? Like Barrow Crest, like you see the Barrow Vale clear as day. The Mudlands are showing, right?
Yeah.
Here, you're surprised not to be able to see it. So it's less of a I goofed it and more of a well, that's disappointing. Like, shouldn't it be accessible to me the same way? Like, shouldn't I be able to see it? So you're probably contemplating like, is this veiled from me on purpose? Have they veiled it in general?
That's what, yeah. So.
Now you could send Cadogan back to go retrieve Rickard. Or you could go back yourself, or you come up with your own idea. I won't dictate any of that, you know.
I'm going to try something.
What shall you try?
So it's not going to be a very graceful attempt. It's one of those I'm taking a shot in the dark and it's probably going to reflect poorly on me, but we're going to try. You know, no, I don't even think it would be strong enough. Because I have Dispel, which is ideally what I would want to use.
Dispel and Dat spell?
Exactly.
Okay.
I have Dispel, so
It's my dad joke for the night.
the idea that I had was that I would try and hope that Dispel would work. But the issue is that Dispel is not something I put points in, so it is not that, even with some sort of passion, it's still not going to make it. It would be a 7 if I got my passion, because it's at a 2. So I'm
It's an
unsure
option.
that I'm unsure that it would be strong enough, I guess is the.
Well, so you know how to make things stronger. Being at a crossover site helps, right?
Yeah, which is what this is, right?
Yeah. On top of
Yeah.
that, you know that there's a particular strength to Glastonbury. And then I would say that if you waited till solstice, you would have more
How far away is
life
Solstice?
force. So let's see, that's mid-June. We've already verified that you're into summer. Summer starts very close then, actually, because towards the end of June is the start of summer, so you're probably like 3 days away.
Oh, I would just wait.
Yeah. Are
I might
you
if
sending Cadogan back in the meantime?
Oh, poor Cadwigan. I feel so bad for him, but yeah, probably. I'm probably going to see who I can stay with around here, which I believe there are people we know close to here. Because you don't want to leave me at a campsite. I can't fight for myself.
There's literally it's not a campsite. There's literally an abbey here.
I'll stay at the Abbey.
Yeah.
And then
Glastonbury.
very awkwardly come up to Cadwigan. This
Okay.
poor man.
I don't think so. Cadogan's here. I imagine Cadogan wasn't just politely asked by Beatrice, who's probably ordered by Olwen, or was he asked by
Yeah.
Beatrice first?
Well, I feel like he was asked by Beatrice first, but I feel like it was less of a request.
Yeah.
Like, it was more like, I need someone to protect me, and Brenwyn can't.
He probably would have sent you to clear it with Olwen.
Oh, yeah. She absolutely would have.
Yeah.
But she would have asked prior to.
Yeah. So once...
Absolutely not. He stays. Ha.
Yeah.
Retcon.
Fuck yourself.
No.
Yeah. Magically, Cadwigan's not there. Instead, you have... Grifflet.
I have Ariel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can you imagine Ariel if I made him run back and forth? He'd be so mad. He probably would deserve
I
it,
think that
honestly.
would be very funny.
good
He
for
would
him.
be complaining the whole time about, I don't know why I had to go with this commoner.
It would have
You
been
know
good
what,
for
though?
him, because I would have taken
He's
him down
20
several
years
pegs.
old, so he literally can't fail. He's like your best bet. He's such a good squire.
They're the best when they're 20.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because they literally, without a modifier, they can't fail.
Wow. I didn't know that. I would have brought Ariel.
No. You need more than a squire, anyways. He can, first aid you at 20 or wrap a bandage around you, but he can't stab someone with a spear at 20. That's his own skill.
Yeah. So I'm going to awkwardly approach Cadwigan.
Okay. Yeah, he looks uncomfortable around the abbey, so he's just kind of standing around. He's like, "Are you sure this is the right place?" All I see is the marshlands.
Yes. So here's the thing. I need
I don't love that tone in your voice. Why do I feel like...
Keep going.
Where am I headed?
Sorry. You know enough about me. I need it to be the solstice, which means I have a couple of days. And I can't guarantee they'll let me enter because they don't like me. So I might need you to grab Rickert. If Padarn were here, I would say grab Padarn because I feel like he has a better chance of being admitted. But that's obviously not a thing, and the other one is really sad. So I need Rickert, and he's in Barrowcrest.
So I'm going back to get the monk? Is that...
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I got. I am genuinely sorry.
It's fine.
I'm
Be a
not
few
usually
days.
the negotiator. Yeah, as quick as you can if possible. If I get any reward from this, I'll split it with you.
I think someone's having a fight somewhere. It sounded like kung fu or something. Or a sneeze.
Oh, I think that was my stepmom sneezing, and she's doing it again. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'll do it again. Okay.
Or I'll owe you whatever. Just sorry, as quick as possible. If you can, I need to do it on the solstice.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Sorry.
So here's the catch, just to clarify out of
Yes.
character for you. He will not be back by solstice. He will have to be your backup plan.
Okay.
You
so
got
he's
about 3
going to
days.
go-
It's going to take him
Okay.
probably 4 or 5.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try on
Okay.
my own, and then hope.
There we go. So Cadrigan is, he's left. He's heading back.
Yep. I'm by myself. Um.
True.
So yeah, I would just chill at the Abbey until solstice.
Okay. We will get to you shortly. Iranmi, you've been freed of a temporary boon. You want to start thinking about what your or temporary fate, whatever that might be. Do you want to? Have you already considered what your action might be for summer, or do you want to leave it for now?
That's the thing, is that like I had my summer action of like talking to Cadwy, but now it feels a little unnecessary because my fate's been postponed.
Why don't you think on what you might want to do, and we can kind of resolve some of the other pieces, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can try to think of something.
Yeah, if you don't have anything, like you can always resort to training. There's a number of things you could resort to if you wanted. Yeah.
Training would probably be a good idea.
Anyone in particular you want to train with, and is it more about training yourself, them, or kind of a mixture? You're looking for someone better than you to train with? Are you looking to promote Ariel and make sure he's ready to go? What's your priority?
Well, if it'll just result in a tick, I'm not gonna get much from ticks. My sword's 18. So probably training with Ariel and training him up. Working with Grifflet if he ever like visits or something. But yeah, mostly like making sure my squire is ready to go because we might be going to war soon.
Okay. I will let you test 3 things. Everything you pass, you can check.
All right.
Test spear.
Okay, spear. I've already got a tick in that.
Okay. Test sword.
Please?
Okay.
Oh, I
Tick
succeeded
sword.
twice.
Oh, there you go.
Lance?
Lance is covered by spear because you are Kimrick. You have 1 skill. We might not have done that well. You have 1 skill called Kimrick spear expertise, which you can add as a custom skill if you want. And then it's the highest of lance or spear, or any spear of any kind. Yeah.
So if my spear is ticked, could I have ticked Lance instead?
It's rather that they're all 1. It's kind of like Olwen has distaff, which covers multiple skills. So, which one's higher? Which is it, lance or spear?
Lance.
Lance. So, here I'll modify it for you. Show you what I mean.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is just go to your sheet. This is kind of before I was playing with these properly. So we add a weapon skill here. We call it Kimrick Spear Expertise. Then we're gonna call this a 15 and tick it. Then we're gonna change your lance to 9999. and spear to, and then what? So whenever you see lance or spear with those ridiculous numbers, it's a reminder that don't use those. Use Kimrick's spear expertise instead. So you got one skill that serves them all.
I've critted on spear because it's a 99999.
Right.
Okay, then I guess dagger and horsemanship are basically the only other knightly skills
Tick horsemanship.
that don't have. I've failed horsemanship. Never mind.
All right.
And dagger. No ticks for me.
Good stuff. But I will give you I will allow you to tick energetic because you're busy.
I'm busy. Where are you, energetic? Nice. Wow, I'm gonna be so energetic.
Right? Little Edric coming around here. Or big Edric, actually.
Just as
Edric,
plagued
but
by
larger.
Okay. So amusingly, I think you're going about, and then for test stewardship, Olwen.
Yay!
Let's see how guiding the rebuilding and the prioritization, your general managing the relief recovery, that female up in here. Let's see how it goes.
Please. Not great.
Not great. All right. Well, you'll get another opportunity later to test that. So. You're struggling. You haven't been through anything like this again, so you're getting asked a lot of questions that you're like, what does that even mean? Can you tell me what that even means? And like, just having a hard time with that.
I don't know. I don't know.
But let's see.
Just make it look nice, I guess. I don't know about structural integrity. What was that?
What is that?
Let's see if let's give me a test on modest, Owen.
Okay. I'm not super modest.
I know.
Oh, but I've succeeded. Hey.
Give it a tick. So despite the situation where you don't know a lot of what's going on, you're not too proud to admit you don't know what's going on, which will benefit your next distaff role that you get next season. So what that means is you're actually going to start learning things. No, I think you can just
finally, Owen.
So what you end up doing is you ask a lot of questions and you delegate to people that do know, rather than just trying to pretend you know, like half the managers I've ever.
So true.
Only half. The other ones, and if you're watching, you're not one of those. You're one of the good ones. So.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You leave it half. They're like, well, clearly I'm in the good half. So
right, especially if they're following and subscribed. Super cool.
Super cool. We love it. So Sir Cadrigan arrives back in Barrowcrest. -1 Olwen. Or -1 Beatrice, I mean.
Oh no, what happened? Where is she? What happened?
Oh no, she's fine.
Okay. Good.
I'm here to get the monk Rickard.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, going to Glastonbury. I don't know why she didn't think of that in the first place. Rickard!
Throwing shade.
Can't
help it, I'm sorry.
All the way from Barrowcrest.
Tick proud, dude. No, just kidding.
No!
Through your modest tick.
Is there an opposite tick for intelligence on my end?
There's no intelligence in this
Dumb.
game. Yeah.
There maybe should be.
Wah wah.
Owen would have that ticked all the time.
Okay, so Cadrigan and Rickert will depart, and we're gonna zoom back in real quick on Beatrice.
Hi. So, if it's the solstice, I'm guessing. Yep.
Yep, summer solstice.
Awesome. All right. Well, so I get
Let me see
bonuses
if-
for where I am, and that it's the solstice.
Let me just check one thing on the chart.
Yeah.
To see if there's any bonuses for the holiday. I don't think so.
No.
I think there's a life
me.
force bonus, but I don't think there's a bonus.
Oh no. Okay. This is gonna go great, guys. There's not a bonus for where I am, is there?
So here's what just some thoughts as you start to near like an adult age with your character. Apprentices or spells that participate in what you're doing add a +1 for each apprentice that participates.
Okay.
There's probably a reason why Lilo's had you around. Oh, hey, Insomnia Knight. Good to see you.
I
Hi, Insomniac Night.
I
Insomniac. No, Insomnia Knight. Got
Hey, messes.
it. So your only potential bonus here is you don't have an artifact, you don't have an apprentice, you have a passion.
that's
Potentially.
it. Oof.
That's all you got. What's your
Yeah,
highest
this is
passion
not-
now?
My currently I'm tied loyalty gathering of branches and love for my deity. Horse god.
God.
Who's named Rhiannon for everyone who hasn't known yet. It's just referred to as horse god and everything. More fun to say.
All right.
I feel like this is a horse god moment.
Okay.
This feels horse goddy.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Please, horse god. Oh, thank you, horse
Yes.
god. So the real question, my friends, is that I am not good at this spell in the first place, which means that this has raised me to a whole 7. So we can hope.
7.
I know. I'm not, by the way, I'm not instantaneously doing this. I will take whatever time that the spell naturally takes.
Yeah.
So that
You
I
have
don't
3 days
incur
to
the
prepare.
penalty. So that
Yeah.
I don't incur the penalty that I normally would for just like shooting a spell out for no reason.
Right.
Just recruit a bunch of monks.
I
Yeah.
You've done
succeeded.
it.
Oh,
There you go. All right. You may
Take that, right?
tick that. What is your
Yeah,
skill
man.
normally? 2?
2.
Oh, it would have
I
been a
did this
crit.
whole
You
thing
would have had
with
2
a
whole
2.
glory.
I think I'm gonna spare you because you did the DD Rhiannon. I'm gonna kind of fudge the rule a little bit and give you more of a critical style outcome.
Okay.
Since you would have naturally hit a crit.
Yeah.
I won't do that often, but it's meaningful for this sort of moment, I think. You break the spell.
It's probably not
you can
great for them. They're gonna be
see-
really mad.
You can see in a moment, like, the mist sort of dissipates, and you almost see this, like, flimsy layer that only your sight can see sort of begin to crumble and crinkle away into dust. You see the island, a beautiful distant island, and a big, big body of water, almost like a sea, right between you and the island.
I don't know how to use a boat. This is going fantastic.
Give me an awareness test.
This is like a series of unfortunate
You're
events.
still impassioned too, so don't forget your plus one.
as
Yeah.
soon as Cadwigan gets back, I'm gonna need you to go get someone who knows how to boat.
Rickert probably knows how to boat. Are you kidding me? That is so rude. Yeah, this is a series of unfortunate events
Yeah.
for Beatrice. Beatrice's very long, very bad day. She's just
It's okay. It just means you don't recognize it right away. I think as you look out to the water, you hear something behind you, and you turn, and you see like half the abbey is
Nope.
standing outside of
Oh,
the abbey with their eyes wide and their mouths open as they look upon Avalon for the first time.
I'm an idiot. I'm a big idiot. This is like Beatrice's very long, very bad day. Oh god, I'm in so much trouble.
what
I'm in
you
so much trouble.
what you
Just
didn't
making the story
see
track, please.
is the vessel coming your way on the water, and you will see that shortly. But
I am in big trouble. Oh shit.
we're gonna shift away from you for a moment. And we're gonna go to a few days later, but this is
Should have
probably
waited
like
for Cadwigan.
this is like a week later than the last time we stopped in and checked on you folks. A particular knight arrives at Barrowcrest. Sir Dogged. Now he is alone. And we'll start with Iranmi, I think, for this one, because Iranmi's probably out training or riding garrison duty. But you guys have
Mhm.
constant patrols, probably with the threat of the threat of raids and the threat of war, right?
The threat of many nonsenses constantly happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's gonna see Dogged and ride up to him and say, "You're back. Wait, is Dogged with Lady Gwynedd?
He was, yeah.
He left with her. Has he come back with her?
No, he's alone. Yeah.
Odd. Okay, so she's gonna be initially excited. Dogged, you're back. Edain's been missing you. Where's Lady Gwynedd?
With the lady in white, and with King Uther.
Hang on. I'm gonna make a courtesy roll real quick, Mr. Dogged. I've succeeded.
Holy shit! Ticket. Yeah.
It's already ticked, unfortunately. We haven't had winter in a
What?
real long time. Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
lot of ticks on my sheet.
I know, but courtesy surprises me for to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Probably another weird success like this.
Yeah.
She hears Uther and she kind of like, oh, what's she doing with Uther? I already got hurt.
Yeah. Listen, do you want to maybe see if Lady Olwen's available? I should probably tell whoever's here. And again, sorry to do this, but I have to do this. He says, I should probably go
Very well.
see. I should probably go see my squire. How's he doing?
Oh, that's Squidian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that Aranwi's kind of like, we've dealt with that. She hasn't been thinking about it for a while. And then he reminds her.
I'm
and she,
thinking
like,
this is like when you're on patrol, so just to make sense of this, because why would he know? Like, he doesn't know the state of Barrow. Like, this is a little ways out, so he hasn't quite seen it up close yet and seen it. The mess.
Oh, wow, he did not see Jack nor shit. Right. And I think this is when Aranwi, like, realizes that, and she, like, after you left, there was a raid, and Edain's fine, and so's
Yeah,
your
he
kid,
almost you
but,
beat him to it because that was his first question.
yeah, but Gwydion didn't make it.
Okay, so I'm gonna test something here. He's a nice guy.
Oh,
Um,
very nice.
Pen's right down the middle, and that's probably it. I think he's gonna like he gives you a look and it looks down, and I think there's that sudden realization that he could have taken his squire and he didn't, right?
Oh,
And then he kind of dismisses that as like, woulda, shoulda, could have, didn't happen kind of thing.
mhm.
Like, he nods like Owen's okay, and um, the little witch apprentice, Beatrice.
They're both all right. Gwydion's the only one that we knew that died. Unless Megan's forgetting someone, but I'm pretty sure it was just Gwydion and that other rando.
He was brave. Uh, he was coming along. It's too bad. How's Owen taking it? I know they were close.
Not great.
We don't have to talk
I'd
about
ask
it.
you to not mention it. Yeah, don't need to remind her.
We should probably see Owen first. Maybe.
Mhm.
Well, I'm sure Dane's gonna want to see me too, but maybe she
They
needs
should
to
be
be
around
there.
the same place.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's. I can ask that during the group scene. Never mind. Alright, she
You're
will
welcome to
take
ask like
him
a question up front too. He would share. He's just kind of like, I need to report to Olwyn, sort of the thing.
Yeah, she's. Oh, I guess if she's on patrol, she probably should stay on patrol then and not escort him back.
It would be reasonable. Like, this is a significant enough event. Like, it wouldn't be abnormal for you, and you're probably not the only night out. So you could probably send the rest on the patrol. I imagine this is something to check with Rebecca. Would you have hired some of the mercenary knights? They're out. Like,
I imagine like we've got Evray and Bowie around, so
Yeah.
I think they're probably helping out.
Yeah.
But I don't think we would have hired too many other people because we can't afford it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. But there probably are like royal. You probably link up with royal garrison patrols too, like right now.
Would
Summerlin
Cousin still be around?
He is. Yep.
All right. So yeah.
Yep. He's more like, even though he is a knight, you find that he's a bit more useful in stewardship and orchestrating than he is on horseback. He's able to play both, but he's a bit better with like supporting you, and he's been really helpful so far. Like, I guess not necessarily alleviating your suspicion. I'll leave that part to you. He's just he's making himself useful. He's not sitting there on the side like criticizing what you're doing.
Just kind of like tossing
that's
peanuts
something.
at us, like.
Well, it would have been easy at those early
Ooh.
points, right, where Owen's like, "I'm not sure what this even means." He was probably like if asked, he would be one of the best people to help, like,
He
organize.
didn't ask.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
we're gonna cut back to Beatrice here real quick.
We cannot.
Yeah.
That's okay. I didn't just mess up an entire organization of people more powerful than me. And expose us all.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Totally fine. I'm not gonna die. This would be the dumbest way to die. I would deserve it, but it would be the dumbest way to die.
You see a number of the ladies arrive, and
yeah,
there's
she
like
looks like she's been punched.
there's several of them,
Shade.
And at a distance, it's like hard to differentiate them. They all kind of look the same, almost like a shimmery,
Mhm.
almost like magic's involved in that. But what you do notice is one of them steps forward, and you see your sister,
Oh, Nimue.
who
Yep.
is now 10 years old.
She's 10. Yeah. Yep.
She's so big.
Beatrice,
Nimue.
what happened?
So, we're kind of in a crisis, and the ladies, with the utmost respect, don't make themselves easy to find or get in contact with. So I kind of had to come up with something on the fly, and it didn't go as I anticipated.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they might be mad. I'm not. It's nice to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too. They're treating you well, right?
I'm well. And you?
Less so. Um, it's been a hard bit here for a while, but I survived just fine so far. Which is why I'm coming to the ladies, because they might have some interest in what's going on.
Very
Though
well.
I'm thoroughly sure that they're going to be very unhappy with me, but that's not exactly new. I'm sure you've gauged your companions' opinions of me.
Right? Never did name who's overseeing her, and who's like.
It was Nineveh. Nineveh was
No,
the
no, I
one.
mean like with Nineveh gone. I mean, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Who's overseeing? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I remembered that Nineveh was gone, I was like on top of it. I have no one I know there except for the 10-year-old.
Oh, that's right. You
The
know,
10-year-old and Melis's the 10-year-old and Melis's mother, who I'm assuming is still there because I came straight here.
uh,
I'm
10-year-old
hoping
and
so.
Melis's mother, who came in the early.
Oh God.
Right?
I'm about to be disappointed about 10 different ways, aren't I, Bob?
Not necessarily. Probably a little bit, but not necessarily.
Oh.
You do not see her amongst the list, but maybe we can discuss that. I'll get you the name of the one that's overseeing Nimue. She does step forward. She has dark hair. And one sec.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look up a correct name and be done with it.
You know, Bob, I like to make you look up and create as many things as possible in a short
Well,
period
we
of
don't
time.
have enough NPCs in the shared universe
Yeah.
here. So that's what
That's why
I think we need more.
I strive to make your job as complicated as physically possible.
it's all good, for real though. Lady Syrian.
Syrian? Okay. I'll incline my head to her.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Beatrice.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. I don't believe I know your name yet.
I am Lady Syrian, and I know not you, but I know your sister well, and I knew your mother once.
That's usually a bad thing.
Do not hold it against your sister. I won't hold it against you.
She kind of looks around to the situation she's created. You can certainly hold this against me, though. I deserve whatever has held against me for this. It's not my finest work. I do deeply apologize. Didn't realize they were that close.
I understand.
You all, with the utmost respect, are not the easiest people to get a hold of.
That is mostly intentional.
Yeah, I understand that. I kind of gathered information as I went of where you were and so on. I saw it. It's once. But
You've come this far, Beatrice. Have you simply come to visit your sister? I imagine not, if you've dispelled
I
the
didn't
veil.
even know that it was possible for me to visit my sister, though I'm not sure you all want me to,
We do not.
given how this has turned out.
She is not ready to see the rest of the world yet.
She's smart, right?
Incredibly so.
I had a feeling she'd be smarter than me. She's a smart baby.
You know what? She just says nothing. She smiles in response to that.
Yeah, things are going horribly wrong. And I thought you all should be aware and was hoping you could help.
King Uther's ailment. Indeed, we are aware.
There's more.
She
Everything.
nods like she's listening, but doesn't, continue kind of thing.
Yeah. The veil's thin, more than it would be. We've been invaded by someone calling himself the Mudlord, who's trying to take our king. And if we don't let him take our king doesn't offer himself willingly, he's going to invade. He's not from the side of the veil. I know where he's from, vaguely. She's gonna look to the priests and make sure that they're all farther away.
Yeah, I think they stand at a distance in complete astonishment, right?
Well, we're angels, totally.
Yeah. 100%.
100%. 100%. This is not what it looks like. They're from the Wild Hunt, to my knowledge. The Mudlord.
Let me see what she knows, because she might not. Apparently, she's like, Cadwy is not everything as simple as he seems. He is the son of a god.
I know.
Queen of the underworld.
They said his father is missing. They want him to take his place. That would be very bad for us.
She smiles and says, not so much missing as banished. It's complicated. Cadwy was once and then left and then returned again. He is tied to Summerland, like all of Logris is tied to Uther. As for the Mudlord, he once served on the Wild Hunt. I know little beyond such, other than they say that he is the product of Faye and Debuni. Sorry, Bob's forgetting the term. Is born of the blood of the Fae and the Debuni. A half-kin. Half-Fae.
I was hoping you all would help or give me an idea of what to do, because I'm not exactly the one who should be handling all of this, but somehow I am. The Mudlord's going to invade, and that's very bad for Summerland. And I know I'm supposed to protect Summerland, but I am one person.
Right. Well, you've come here seeking answers. Our order does not intervene directly unless it's required. We are no knights or soldiers. What is it that you seek?
They said that the Lady of the Land might know a way to get out of this.
Well,
And she
that
was
might-
coming here.
Indeed, she did. And then she departed.
This Jay is
She-
getting
She
so... Sorry.
she smiles, and as you're like having that reaction, she'll say, "However, I do know where she was headed."
Where is she going? Dare I ask?
The Forest Sauvage. To speak with the Lord there.
Where is that, Bob?
What would you like to test? Folklore or fairy lore?
Let's see which one is higher. Am I still in passion?
You are. This seems here.
Yay. Oh, fairy lore got better than folklore. Look at that. Wow.
You've never heard of it.
I have no idea what it is. Yeah, she's gonna look at her like, explain. You know the look of someone who has no idea what you're talking about? It's the look she's going to give her.
The veil is thin at the moment. Leaves
She went across the
opportunity.
veil.
Not of
Oh,
sorts. It's not as complex as. Well, it's not land like. It is not part of the courts. It's neither Seelie nor Unseelie. It is a great forest. And I happen to know where one might cross. But it's far from here, far from Summerland.
Where is it?
She smiles.
Oh, that bodes well. Beatrice is going to wince at the smile. Oh, I can already tell I'm going to love this.
It's in the Midlands of Logres. I know a site you can find. I could give you directions that your eyes would be more attuned to.
My eyes don't always work very well, but
It's because you were refused training.
I mean, I'm trying to drop the anger around it, but I could argue that that's not my fault.
I would agree with you. Knowing
If
who
it
your
makes
mother
you
is.
feel any better, I'm not happy about it either. Everyone knows who my mother is, and I don't understand what she's done. But I would believe that it was something not fantastic. I grew up with her, believe me, I'm keenly aware. I know she was one of you at some point.
She was.
And she left you to have children?
Yes.
With who?
She looks to Nimue, who's standing not far away, and says, "Such tales are better left for another time."
Now you have me worried. I never thought to ask that before. Something tells me I'm not going to like the answer. All right. Promise me you're actually going to tell it to me at another time, because I'm not going to lie. I tend to get a lot of those platitudes and then nothing.
She laughs. You're much like your sister in many ways, though lacking in the courtesies a bit.
Yeah, I never really got to learn it.
Um, as for your ask, you're correct that the Lady of the Land would have the most knowledge about your complications with the Mudlands if you seek what I believe you're seeking. More so, she is, in the absence of Merlin, acting much like the High Druid. And in that sense, she could call a great many to aid you. If you wish to banish a Fae, it's simple. Now, if you wish to banish the Mudlands, well, that isn't so simple, is it?
No, I didn't think it would be.
Do you have
So
any other questions?
you'll tell me you'll tell me how to find the spot to get to her.
I will give you the clues 3.
Oh no. Yes.
With that, I think we're gonna go to break, and then we'll do some wrap up as we not wrap up for the night, but we're gonna move to break, and then we're gonna go back to Dogged and Folk. She does give you those
Yay.
details, but we'll make it more fun.
Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if we have to argue all of the details.
Roger that. Cool.
Cool, cool.
All right. We'll be back
See you in a
very
bit.
shortly.
All right.
We back. Okay.
We're back.
All right. So I think that scene is over. We're gonna go to Olwen, Beatrice, Eronmi, or not Beatrice, sorry, Olwen, Eronmi, and Dogged. So Dogged's the important one because he's back with information. But I imagine your other knights are here as well. Cadrigan and actually Cadrigan's gone. Branwyn.
Mm-hmm. Any of them that aren't patrolling right now would be around.
Oh man. No.
Oh man.
No?
No.
I'm drawing all over one of the things in Roll20.
Oh god.
There. Fix it. Got it. Okay, so Dogged, Owen, you're before Aronmi, Dogged, and Branwyn. No Gwynedd.
Right. Mm. Hmm. Ah,
The lady sent me with a message.
welcome home, Doghead. It's good to see you too.
Right. Forgive me, it's just
I understand. You've had a long trip.
well,
What's the message? And she's very much like masking big smile
yeah.
because she doesn't know that he's been told.
Lady Gwynedd will not be returning likely for some time. She didn't know about this though. I'm not sure at this point it would help. I guess King Uther's been injured. And somehow the Lady in White and Lady Gwynedd have been put in a position of caretaking the king. I don't really understand it. The king isn't doing so well.
Well,
I'm not sure it'd be her choice to leave at this point. But she wanted me to let you know that she feels this place is in capable hands. He's like kind of going white a bit as he's like I'd like to once again remind you that she didn't know about this.
Of course, right, and it's not like we didn't just have a wild party and destroy everything.
Right.
The night you left, we were hit by a raid of people who looked like they were corrupted with veiny black masses. Very pale. First we thought it was on Sealy, but then we realized it wasn't.
Do we know much about the enemy? Has the king been informed? I think he's going to go through a series of things I'm not sure we need to role play out. Unless you really find them pivotal. Because it's just you updating an NPC.
Yeah,
So-
Owen gives him like all the information, everything that we've learned about the Mudlands and everything. Fills him completely in on like the Cadwy situation, just yeah. Everything we know so far. Story so far. Carry on, my wayward son.
I was told to come back here, that she was well looked after, and not to worry about her under the royal care. And Nineveh was looking after her. Um, but that was before this. Do you want me to ride back and let her know? Um,
I don't. I mean, I feel that no matter what we tell her, she's got to be looking after King Uther for some reason. I feel it does perhaps behoove her to give further instructions regarding the Lord of Barrowcrest and how we might help with that, because we didn't have a great time. We tried to move him. Didn't go very well.
very well. Do you wish us to keep Lady Gwynedd out of the know for now?
I feel like we should inform her, but at the same time, I don't want her to worry. Maybe inform her, but tell her that it's well in end. We're rebuilding and we're taking care of it. Because it doesn't do to hide it from her.
Perhaps perhaps we send a rider then, not a knight.
I probably for the best.
With that, I think a Dane comes kind of into the room quickly and runs up and kind of runs right up to Doggett and just, grabs him. As the two embrace, is there anything either of you wanted to do or say with this scene, or should we carry on?
I know that Megan said that Aronwi would have a question for him, but that we were going to save it for the group scene.
Right. I think it was basically answered. Her question was just like, how long until the lady comes back? And it seems like the answer is, ugh.
Yeah.
So there's one last piece. He says, has anyone here seen? Before I forget, I thought I might help Lady Gwynedd. Has anyone seen Merlin by chance? The king keeps begging for him. He's really sick.
I don't know.
Wasn't he trying to hunt him down? Why is he
Yeah,
begging for him now?
They had that group of people searching for him, but they didn't find him. Last I heard of him.
Didn't hear that they found him either.
Do you think Merlin might have cursed him?
I don't know much about him.
Understood.
I don't think so though. Unless
I'm gonna have to make another courtesy roll.
unless he was the one that held the sword that struck him.
Wouldn't blame him if he did curse him, but I don't know how he could have.
No, actually, the one he dueled was one of the ones that led the men through Barrowcrest, Sir Argan.
Oh, indeed.
Could have found Marilyn and made a deal, maybe?
Perhaps they say that Argan had murdered his wife and he'd blamed the king. I don't really understand.
Oh,
What
how
a
would it be the king's fault if he killed his wife?
I don't know. Something. I foul play, perhaps. I don't. It's
Well,
best I don't speculate.
right.
Regardless, it resulted in a duel.
Yes. And oh, you were there. Did you? Did this? Did the sword really break it in half?
Is this asking about the sword? Do you break the sword in
Yeah.
half?
Did the sword? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Not.
Okay. I thought this was Rebecca trying to
No.
curveball in
No.
another comment.
No.
He says,
It's about the real sword.
indeed, Excalibur shattered the other sword, really. But Sir Argin's friend resupplied him. In the next exchange, he
Was the
cut.
injury? I.
Say it was deep. He can barely walk, the king. They don't talk about arteries and such.
Yeah. I see. It certainly seemed like that was the case.
I actually had some trouble finding my way back here. When I was traveling through Salisbury, I ended up in the forest between here and... No, he would have never gone that way. Never mind. No one travels that way into Summerlin. That's stupid. He's like, when I was coming back through one of the forests on the way back, it was like the road had changed. It was hard to find and
Oh,
overgrown. Seems so strange after only a month, but I guess it's just a warmer spring.
I see. Well, that might have something to do with the thinning of the mists and whatnot.
Sorry? And then, yeah, we can assume you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
see, what happened was.
Yeah. I do want to hear some of
As you
that.
know.
But we... Did you want... I'll give Beatrice a mercy moment. Do you need to talk to Nimue real quick before we move on?
I would say that she talks to Nimue. I don't know how bad we need to RP it.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a like, how are they treating you? What are you learning? Like, it's older sister stuff. It's the like checking in on everything, maybe telling a couple of crazy stories that she has.
She's pretty vague with anything to do with
Oh, I'm
Evelyn and
sure.
her training, but she's still very happy to talk and treat. And the more you get into like your own sort of studies, you realize that even Lilo and Athena are a bit that way. Like everyone, it almost seems to come with a gig to be more
Yeah.
secretive than not.
Oh, I've already had to be secretive. There's still stuff I haven't said to anybody.
Right. Okay.
Before I leave her though, I am going to say, she's gonna say, don't follow every rule, okay?
Every rule?
Be a kid, act out a little bit, go on adventures. Have fun.
She nods a bit, but seems to be like a bit of a confusion with that. Sort of sad in a way.
Yeah.
But she smiles. She seems to like...
If I pass the lady on the way, she's gonna say, if you can, let her be a kid. I get that there's a whole higher order thing, but she's gonna want to have fun.
She just nods
She
to
may
you,
be
but
intelligent, but that doesn't mean that she's not still a child.
she nods to you, but she doesn't respond.
Good talk. And she'll keep walking.
Um,
Have to add something biting to the end of something here.
the
Been far
ladies,
too nice.
the ladies of Avalon will now go about restoring their dispelled spell.
Yeah, and trying to handle those priests that I messed up. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Okay, so we are now officially into the fall. So why don't we bring you all together real quick, and then we're gonna do kind of the same thing, but a bit more fast, so a bit faster, so we're not here all night.
Yeah. It just occurred to me that Cadogan and Rickard got there. I made Cadogan run all the way back and then all the way back to me. And I didn't even need them.
Right.
Literally, he would have gotten there and I've been like, oh, time to go home. Let's
I
go.
feel like that might have been socialized though. Like I feel like you might have presented that risk.
Yeah.
But you needed to not waste time. So it gets
I
back.
still would have loved to see like the look on his face, like, oh, come on.
You know
He
what?
needed
I
the
think
cardio.
I think when Cadwigan and Rickard get back, they see Avalon. They see Avalon. Yeah. I can't say that all the time. They see Avalon. There we go. I'm saying Avalon. They see Avalon, and I think that is a sight in and of itself. So, by the way, you can add 300 insight for seeing Avalon, which I'm going to say wrong on purpose now. All the time.
It's an artistic choice now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Now it's Blair.
Avalon is what I'll call it now.
Avalon. It'll get worse. Avalon.
Avalone.
Abalone.
Oh my god. Okay. But yes, so yeah, I just want to like pass Cadogan at one point and be like, not my best work. And then keep going. Like,
I think as you're riding back though, he would just say something like, contingencies are good.
Emily is not feeling great, and I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry.
He's just saying like, you had a backup plan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he says, but in my experience, you need to be confident where confidence is due. If every knight considered the failures, they wouldn't succeed.
I hate to roll something. I'm rolling to dictate what the next so what would your suggestion be for like giving a genuine answer or giving a joking answer? Like whether or not she's going to jab at him a little bit or if she's going to like be genuine.
Honest.
Okay.
Truthful. Versus. Yeah, proud's a good one. A lot of people hide behind it.
Honest versus proud.
Yeah.
Alright, this is honest.
Wow, you're really honest.
I am, and I don't know why. I shouldn't be. And that's
so both means it's your choice, but if you don't want to make a choice, go with honest because higher.
She'll kind of look at him and just say, I appreciate that. I kind of got a lot thrown at me very quickly. I'm not quite used to it yet. I assume Owen's in a similar boat. She just plays it off better.
considering the situation, I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon.
Oh, no, not even remotely. This is going to be a mess. So,
And I think Rickard's there too.
yeah.
He's pretty silent for this part. I know I haven't spoken much in Rickard
Mhm.
fashion, but we'll get to that eventually. We will.
Before we switch, just to end that conversation, because I'm going to do both. She's going to look at Cadwigan and be like, I don't know what to do with that. You were almost nice to me. I feel like that's more shocking than us possibly going to war, let's be honest.
I think he would say in turn, would you prefer I call you a dirty little commoner?
No. No, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I'll take the niceties where I can get them.
So with that, we shall move on to autumn. Any particular anythings y'all want? Owen, what's up?
Oh no, I was just
Okay.
being done with that. Done with summer. Good.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, good. Gotcha. Yeah. So Rebecca, Emily, Megan. Anything in
Yeah.
particular you want to focus on during autumn?
I want to tell the group about what I learned. I
Okay.
assume I got some clues.
Yeah. I think to make this more interesting, because this isn't
Yes.
happening this episode, I think you were told that to be given the clues, you were sworn to a secrecy. You were sworn by a vow
That's so
not to
mean.
share. Right? Because what they don't want is to share out a key to unlock someone else's door for everybody to find.
See, it makes sense courtesy-wise. Okay, then I don't say anything.
Well, you might want to share, like, you're just not the clues themselves, the aspect yourselves of how to go. It's a sight thing, is what you get, and so you're not supposed to share that with other people. But the like, if you want to have a discussion about where you needed to go and what you needed to do, you can certainly bring that up.
I'll have a general discussion over that part of it.
Okay.
And also the part where I need protection.
Okay. Megan, Emily, Rebecca will do this as just the three of you, bring you back together for the first time.
Are we still fighting the Goblin Knight?
No,
I got to
Owen
stay of
stop.
execution.
All right, awesome. I had an adventure, but a kind of a massive one. Long story short, there's a place I need to go to find Moses' mother because the ladies of the lake aren't going to help. Shock and awe from everyone. So they can't really interfere. So I have to find Moses' mother. I know where she is. I need
Where is she?
protection. Emily
I
forgot the
can
name
go
of
with
the
you.
forest.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'll probably take a few people. I'd like to do that as soon before I salvage. Thank you. It's a forest. It's a little tricky, frankly. It's right up our alley.
Lovely.
So
Well, yes, let's go see who's around and who we can send. Bob, has Branwyn healed?
Bradwin.
By fall, yeah, for sure.
Very good.
Bronwyn's finally back at full health. I feel like she's been chomping at the bit to get back out and do something
Yeah, I'm sure.
exciting. So,
She'll love me for this. You're welcome to come with me. I don't know if you have other plans.
and
Well, I'm not getting killed, apparently, so
That is nice.
autumn's opened up for me.
Doggett is back.
Dog is back.
Doggett's
Doggett's back.
back.
The lady.
Gwyneth's not.
Gwyneth's not. No, she's
Lovely.
apparently she's staying back with Ufa or something.
That's a choice.
That's certainly a choice.
decision
Okay, not a choice I would have made, but
Yeah, apparently
It
she's been tasked with keeping him healthy. I don't know, I don't fully understand it, but you know, it is what
I
it
trust that
is.
she has some reason for it.
okay. So
There's the new nice knight, and there's scary squire that can possibly send with you. Uh, yeah, and then you know the cousin lad.
I can. All right. So I'll take 2 knights with me. Is that too many?
No, I think that's perfect. Especially if this place you're going is dangerous, savage as it seems.
How are you doing leading all of this?
Well, you know, I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm out of my depth, but I'm trying, and I'm asking questions when I'm not fully sure what to do. Trying to seek out the wisdom of those more informed than me. So
I
that's
mean,
something.
place is still standing. It's looking better every day. Can't be doing too bad.
We're certainly trying.
You know, I got some good advice recently that
Oh,
you should be confident when you know that you're good at something. Because if you weigh all the bad outcomes, then nothing would get done.
that's real smart.
Yeah.
Who
It
told you
is.
that?
Here comes the bar faces.
Yeah, here comes all the bar faces. Probably, yeah, it was Cadigan after I made him run about 100 times back and forth. Like I
That
said,
sounds
That's
9 was
about
why he
right.
was
10%.
around for a bit.
Yeah,
That's right. He came back to pick up Rickok for you.
Oh, he saw some things now, and so did
Oh,
half of the populace of Glastonbury. It's great. It's great. I did awesome.
wait.
I did a me thing. Um, so that might come back to haunt me one day.
You do
But
good
yes, it was
things.
Cadwigan. So
Ah,
believe it or not, I'm
I
probably
do
gonna
believe
leave
it.
him with you.
Oh,
He's good at helping run things.
he is.
So take advice where you need advice, but also be confident. You're the lady.
Right.
No matter how much help you need, you're the lady.
Of course. If I could, you know, if I could rebuild things just by talking to him, I'm sure we'd be so much further along.
Oh, we would. I
But
would like to
thank
check
you.
on Lilo and let me check names.
Efina?
Hefina, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check on Lilo and Hefina before I start fully preparing to go. But
They're both doing okay. Yeah, they're
okay.
both healthy. Ifina's back in Axbridge though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would
because
go
it's
back
not
to
burned down.
Axbridge too after all that,
Yeah.
to be honest. I do not blame
You know,
her.
I'm gonna
Like, I'm
go
going
home.
I'm gonna go home.
You know what's
Um,
not burned the fuck down? My
My
house.
house. Yeah.
My house. Yeah.
No, you can't come with
Actually-
me.
You mean Lilo's house?
No,
No,
Hefina's
Lila-
house in
Lila-
Axbridge.
Oh,
Hefina
thank
has her own
goodness.
house
Yeah,
in
okay, yeah.
Axbridge.
Lilo's
Mhm.
house did burn down. I was there.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
have I heard anything about Wells? Or
As
is it Bath, where I'm from?
far as like current state, like how it's doing.
Yeah, current state of the town that I grew up in.
There was something I was going to do. Just give me 1 sec. Oh, I forgot about it. You triggered me. There are
Again, I have to
some.
make it as difficult as possible.
No, this is good. There are some raids that happen, and we shall find out where those are.
I'm like the kid in class that asked if we had homework. Did we have homework? No.
But we do now.
I heard that.
Yeah.
We do
Same.
That's who I am.
I was listening to I was watching the Vegas by Night podcast or actual plays, and one of the players said that like exact same thing when they were asking about something bad. I was like, oh no, I feel like that kid.
That kid that asks, "Did we have homework?"
It's fair.
Let's see who
I think
fared
it's a
how
great.
well.
I think it's a great comparison.
It is a great comparison, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone's thrilled. I reminded Bob about all the raids that would have happened.
Oh, he would have rolled it anyway. It's just
Just
happening
after.
on
Yeah, now you get to
stream.
know. Yeah. Okay. So for this, we're gonna get people to roll a d20. There will be 2
Is
raids,
it 3?
one for each season. So Megan, we're gonna get you to roll
I love rolling things. That's a 6.
6. Okay.
Is it bad?
Nope. And then I need another d20. One more.
All right, I'll go.
You know
Okay.
what? I'm gonna say even though there's 2 seasons, they probably rated twice in the summer. So, let's get you all to roll one.
4.
Okay,
That's so
then
sad.
it's I saw. Okay, that's Rebecca's.
Bath was rated. Interesting.
No.
no!
No.
So I hear about that.
Yeah, because that was summer. Now let's see what happens in the fall. Okay,
We were
So-
rolling real low,
Yeah.
lads.
it's all
Yeah.
good. So I'll just show you what areas. They're all in the north, so that's fortunate. You guys are actually, well, I don't know if it's fortunate, but fortunate for the
Yeah,
Wells conversation.
not for them.
Yeah, not for you guys. You guys, it sucks.
Yes.
So Portbury up here,
Mhm.
that 100 was
Ooh.
rated. As was Bath Forum, and then 5 was Wellow.
Okay.
Yikes.
So I'm
It's a lot easier to raid Bath too with such a small river to ford.
Yeah.
I would ask. 'Cause I'm from Bath.
Now you're from Wales.
I'm from
You're from
Wells.
Wells?
Oh, never mind.
Think
I don't
I'm
care.
from that.
Okay.
Hey, yeah.
Ish.
Oh, and you're. Oh,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
point.
Ooh.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Lady Melior's might got hit.
Oh darn.
Wait,
Where's-
No.
is she
Drat.
in there or is she on the other side of the
You don't know.
forest?
You don't know where she is right now.
Ooh. Well, I mean, that I guess that's true. Why would she be in my?
Lady Melior is not. She's from, Summerland, not or lives in
Right.
Summerland, not Salisbury. Okay. So with that aside, what are we choosing to do? Is this a autumn travel into Savage?
I think Owen's still staying behind and trying to rebuild as much as possible.
Olwen will stay behind.
Yeah.
I'm
Be it.
taking Iranwi and Branwen.
Okay. Olwen, give me a stewardship
Girls'
roll.
night.
What? Sorry? What was that, Bob?
Give me a stewardship roll. +5.
Stewart.
You have Cad again.
Yeah.
Yay.
Shoot.
And that was a long one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Would've
things
been a
go much
crit.
better for you. Yeah. Yeah, would have been a crit.
Would have been a crit
I'll
had I
give you
not added that +5.
I'll give you the same sort of narrative bonus that I gave Beatrice earlier, which is simply
Nice.
because like it's not going to be all the time, but I think right now
Yeah.
with these high level things, sort of like okay. Okay. We're gonna do this for Savage stuff very differently. So a couple of things. I want to make sure that we get to 494 this year. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play through the forest part of this travel as you make your way into the Midlands to find this crossover point for Forest Sauvage. So I'm gonna get Olwen. You're gonna roll for who's going with you, Beatrice? It's Aranwi and
Iranwi and Branwen.
Branwen. So we're gonna get you to roll for Branwen here. Um,
Mhm.
So the first thing we're gonna do, I think, what we have is we have Beatrice using sight for this whole thing, and if you want impassion for the whole travel, you
I would
can.
love to.
Okay. On top of that, her knights can assist her with basics like hunting and awareness to spot things. So each of the times we do that, I know it seems a little weird. I'm not trying to make anyone NPCs. I'm just trying to get it done in a way like if we do this properly, it should probably be a whole episode.
Do you want me to hold off? Because we can always stick around longer.
Well, maybe that's a question. Do we want to do um do we want to do this whole episode as a whole episode? Do we want to, rather than trying to speed track through it, do we want, I guess that would be Rebecca playing as Branwen for an episode?
Finally.
How does it sound, my friends?
You do also
I-
have
Bowie.
Bowie.
and-
That's true, I could take Bowie.
So like
But then Ivory would be involved, and that would get a little
Yeah, that'd be
tricky.
confusing.
my
I don't mind
squire
playing
now.
Branwen.
Okay. So do you guys want to do it as a full episode?
Sure.
I think that'd be fun, yeah.
Cool. So
Cool.
I'll have
Let's
Beatrice stick
go.
around and do.
Let's do some winter stuff first. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do it a full episode. We're not gonna worry about it. We have to end next episode in 494. So we won't be able to do the deviations and stuff doing that. The timeline or extreme you're gonna have is you're going in the autumn, so if you end up lost in the woods for a significant amount of time, you might face a winter in the woods, which is never fun. So
Yikes.
This is lovely. But we can't wait till spring because spring is when things go bad.
Yeah.
We doing it, my dudes. Let's go.
all right.
Go.
Cool. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna make this a shorter episode because by shorter, it's still 2.5 hours. So,
Do we want to resolve that role or the
Oh, yeah, your
distaff?
distaff.
Or
yeah, I did. I think just in my
Okay,
head.
cool.
It
Okay.
went like things go really well for you. You start. I think Owen starts to kind of really what's the word I'm looking for? Just take charge and things. So
Yeah,
you can. I can't remember if you had a tick on distaff. If you didn't, you can
I
now.
believe I do. Yes.
Okay. On top of that, we're gonna give you a tick on energetic. Uh,
Nice.
um, and um, let me see. Let me look at the Owen sheet. If there's anything particularly low.
Cool for
Owen.
me.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Um. I think I'll give you a tick on generous and a tick on hospitality.
Cool. Cool. Exciting.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna pause there and do a trip to Forest Sauvage next episode. Um,
Cool.
why don't we do some outros? We'll start with you, Rebecca.
Hi, I've been Rebecca. I'm still Rebecca, and I was playing Olwen. Um, it doesn't feel. Oh God, it feels like so much longer. Uh, this week. I don't know why. It just feels like it's been forever since I played this game. Join our Discord if you haven't already. It's super cool and fun. Join all of our socials and stuff. I'll link them all in the Twitch chat. We have a cool Sunday game. Uh, yeah, it's this, but nights proper, and yeah, I'm. My brain just decided that it's just off.
Yeah, we'll
now.
continue.
So
We'll go. Thanks for that. I
Gonna
feel you.
end
I think we're all in that state tonight, so it's probably not a bad thing to not try and judge on. We'll go to Emily next.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Beatrice. I fulfilled the somewhat competent today. That was a trip. But yeah, that was super, super fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, friends, for playing. Um, yeah, I don't do social media and that kind of stuff. That's all I got. Megan.
Megan, hi. I'm Megan. I was playing Aranwi, who isn't gonna die as fast as I thought. How fun. I'll probably die fighting the Muddy Lord instead. Um,
Good chance.
but maybe not. Who knows? I also am not. I have a Twitter, haven't been using it much. I've become a hermit, and I love that for me. Um, so nothing much to promote. Join our Discord.
There we go.
That's it.
All right. What to add? So we'll just go with the basics. I think if you like this stream, we do this almost every Tuesday. We have a stream sibling campaign with Knights in the Next County, and that runs Sunday nights as well. We also have Open Pendragon, which is, if you liked the way Pendragon looked as a system, from what you saw here today. Come join us, play some Mercenary Knights, and try not to get killed by a giant, or maybe get your horse stolen by King Pelennor. Who knows? Who knows where it's gonna go? Um, but yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna add for now. Oh, I guess one more thing. We're always looking for guests. If you're a friend of the show, you have a working webcam and a working audio setup, you're welcome to probably join us. Just let us know. See what can happen. Um, obviously, I reserve final right. And then on top of that, we're also looking for, like, if you happen across this and you're another streamer and you like Arthuriana stuff, let us know. We'd love to have you on as a guest spot. Some of the best times we're having, like, AP Gaming Reel on. We'd love to see some more of that. And yeah, that's all I got. Stay tuned for some closing of what is known as the Age of Uther in the next 3 to 5 episodes, maybe a little longer. Let's give it a solid 6 episodes.
Yeah,
It's
get
coming.
that man dead. I want him gone.
Right? We'll see. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.